Hello, everybody. Welcome to our kickoff of our IG Live series. I am so excited today because I am going to be talking with an extra special podcast babe. We have been up to lately. So let me get her to get on this live with me so we can tell you all about the good things that are coming. Hello, beautiful lady.
Hi, gorgeous. Hi.
Hi.
Excited to be here.
Me too. What a treat for us to do a live together.
What a treat. Oh my gosh. How are you doing?
I am so well. Thank you. I'm so excited for tonight because we have a lot of really fun things to talk about. Us podcast days and working hard on some things.
For sure. Well, first of all, let me tell you, thank you so much to you. You're not just the visionary behind the Podcast Babes. And, I don't need to even re-emphasize this because clearly everybody know you are this incredible woman who's built a space for us, the Podcast Babes space for us, the community. And, while sharing your own story of resilience, and you've enabled us to kind of amplify our all voice. And tonight we get to hear a glimpse of that journey directly from you. And I'm just so excited. And thank you so much for all the lovely podcast babes who are joining. Thank you. I see Violet, Celia, Tanya, Simona. Woo. Okay.
All the babes are here. I love it.
All the babes. Love you all. Thank you so much. Okay. So I am, again, so very happy, and I feel extremely privileged that I get this opportunity to kick this off with Kat. It's very close to our heart. So thank you. Well, I guess to start, I'll dive right into the question.
Dive right in.
Unless you want to talk a little bit about what we've been working on.
Yeah, you know what? That's actually a great idea. So we have been alluding to what we've been working on our feed, and what we have been working so diligently and tirelessly and joyfully at is creating an anthology together. So the beautiful women of our community have pulled together all their resources to really create this magic work. And I'm going to try not to cry right now because it's early in the interview, but it's been so magical to watch like what the power of community and women can do. So we have some beautiful authors, best-selling authors, who have taken us through this journey of how to write from experience, right? How to take us through our Shiro's journey. Thank you, AJ Bieber, for that beautiful framework that she gave us. And we have some beautiful authors who taught us from Nina Perez, like how to tap into your inner writer. Pamela Motorana, like teaching us like how to really tap into creating your own story and the writing mechanics, and Violet Dietrich really helping us to get unstuck and unlock that inner author. Like we have had such beautiful authors who have helped us to create, and then to help us edit, and then the other babes that have pulled resources with, finding lawyers and figure out how to create like the LLC and how to find the formatter and how to do all the things, and pulling these resources together. And you've been so instrumental in helping to organize everything and make sure that we have the proper Google Forms and the proper folders and the communications that need to be had. And Zakiel's been working so hard on all the tech behind everything, and every single babe has poured their heart into being at the Monday meetings, writing their chapters, sharing with us, right? Like sharing their experiences so that we can learn from the collective and we can make this happen together. And we have a wonderful launch coming up. On October 18th, we're creating this beautiful workshop for you guys, because our anthology is all about turning pain into power. Right? How you can overcome whatever it is that you're going through in your life, so that you know that you are not walking alone. And so I can't wait to see you guys there. It's free, so go register in the link in our bio so you can come hear us talk about our chapters, talk about how we've overcome, and the interviews that will take us even deeper into the juicy nitty-gritty of our chapters. So come to the workshop. So now that we've said what's been happening, let's start with some of the interview questions. Let's go.
Sounds great. I am so excited about this. Okay, dive right into it to start, I guess. Can you take us back into the moment when your pain, because we talked about pain into power, right? Your pain first began turning into power. And what did that feel like in your body, in your heart, in your spirit?
Yeah, I love this question. And so in our Shiro's journey, right, that we started with the moment where we really knew that we could not stay the same. And for me, that was a moment when I was coming home from a vacation with a boyfriend and we went to Niagara Falls, and the parking lot that we were parked in was all muddy, right? It was raining a lot, and somehow the tires of the car kind of got stuck in this muddy ditch, right? Like the wheels kept on spinning, and before you know, we were like sunk in this muddy ditch. And I just remember this feeling of being alone in a relationship, right? Like this feeling that like you're in a relationship but you're alone, right? Like you're not getting the support that you need. Like, and he was an amazing man, let me tell you. He was funny, he had charisma, so much potential, really, really smart. However, he was just not ready for commitment. He just wasn't. He was not at this stage of life where he was ready to be a nourishing partner. And so a whole bunch of big, strong, masculine men were trying to pull us out of this ditch. And there is my boyfriend on the sidelines smoking a cigarette and giggling with their wives while these men are trying to get me out of a ditch. And I remember they kind of looked at each other because they heard his really loudly, beautifully obnoxious laugh. And they kind of looked and they saw his laugh. And they're like, I saw like the communication between them. It was like, is this man really over here, like perched up with the girls while we're trying to get his girlfriend out of this ditch? And so they kind of just had this communication to them where it's like, all right, we're done here. And I remember sitting there in this ditch with my car, now waiting for the tow service to come tow us, and thinking about like the cumulative things like this that have happened because of the fact that he wasn't ready for a relationship. And I was waiting so patiently. We were together for almost 8 years, or around 8 years, for this man to like step up and want to have a family and become a contributor and become a provider. And I just remember him, like, he was complaining and complaining and complaining. And if you guys know me, I mean, I have my moments, but I typically like to make light of things. And I just remember him complaining incessantly. And I'm here thinking, you know what? Like, these men tried to get us out. It was because of you. Now you're complaining. Like, just relax. Let's make the best of this. And in that moment, I was like, I cannot do this for the rest of my life. I cannot do this for the rest of my life. And so that was the moment that I really started to take life on for myself. And that is just the beginning of the journey, because after that, life started throwing so many different monkey wrenches at me. Right? It was almost like the universe was saying to me, how bad do you want this power? How bad do you want this independence? How bad do you want this life? Right? And so it was definitely a long journey after that. You're going to have to get the book to see what happens after that, because it was a wild journey. But that was really the moment, that feeling. I remember just feeling in my chest like, this I can't continue like this. Like, this cannot be it. This cannot be life, and I cannot do life with this man this way, just like this.
Yeah, I'm sure, everyone who's listening can relate. I'm seeing the comments and, that moment, we all have those moments, right? I think, and I wouldn't reveal much because I really want women to kind of, get the book and really find out the moments and how we kind of tackled and turned the pain into power. But I guess, Kat, I would love to know, as you put your words on paper, right, while you were putting the chapter together, and you were starting to write, what shifted inside you? Like, were there any unexpected emotions or routines or realizations that kind of surprised you along the way?
Yeah. So I moved myself to tears by reading my chapter, honestly. And I think that a lot of women had that experience, because I talked to quite a few people, and while they were writing, that it just brought up so emotion, because you're reliving your story. but you're reliving it from a hindsight, which is really amazing, because it's like, you know, you almost want to go back and tell that girl from the beginning, like, you got this, right? Like, keep on going. There's a beautiful community waiting for you at the end of this. So, yeah, I just, uh, being proud of myself, because I think that one takeaway that I'd like to give to the listeners now is that we tend to overlook our wins. Because if I look back at the story, even after I made the breakup with this man, I really didn't celebrate myself for making that choice. And I really didn't celebrate. There was a period of time where I was really like feeling at my best. And now that I look back at that moment, I was like, wow, like that was a really golden era that I had for a moment, right? Like, so, you know, celebrating the fact that I got through that. And then as I kept on going through the journey, there were so many things that I overcame within that whole story, right? Like little milestone wins. And I really didn't celebrate myself. And I think that happens a lot with women, especially the women in Podcast Babes. And I think women who are achievers, who want to be leaders, that want to be the best for their family, that they want to be the best mom they can be, the best entrepreneur they can be, right? They want to make an impact on the world. Sometimes we can get so stuck on wanting to be better, we forget how good we are in the moment. So that was my big takeaway. I was like, I'm a bad bitch.
You certainly are. And it may sound easy, right? But when you're in that moment, it's a difficult time. And there's a lot that goes into it. So, can I ask you, you know, as this book goes out into the world, what do you hope the listeners or the audience feel or do next, right? Where can they connect with you to keep following your journey?
Well, I hope that you can recognize from even this interview, you can recognize maybe a little bit from my story. Maybe it's the relationship that you need to let go of. Maybe it's the celebrations that you need to do for yourself, or maybe it's tapping into the power of community and the pool of resources that you already have. So really recognize something for yourself that you can take away, and then follow the official Podcast Babes page, because we have tons of interviews coming up. Go click on the link in the bio so that you can come to our workshop, so you can hear us roar, the Rise and Roar workshop. It's going to be so much fun. So come follow me, come follow us, come be a part of the community. Slide in our DMs if you want to be a part of the Podcast Babes.
Any other additional tips that you want to share about, you know, what your audience expect in this upcoming workshop? And I personally believe, and I'm sure all the podcast babes here would agree, that it's just not a story of turning pain into power. It's a movement that we're creating, right? How you
Yes.
kind of put this belief and faith in us and kind of led this whole, I feel this is a movement. Like, you know, totally this goes out to the whole leadership, the admin team, and each and every one of the podcast babes, you know, how you kind of led us, like Nina and Violet and Pam and Z and each and everyone. Like, I might not be able to name everyone, but I feel like there's this immense amount of faith each one have put. And with the timeline that we had, the kind of results we've been seeing with the progress of the anthology and how everybody's been showing up, and there's so much of happening in their personal life, professional life, but you know, they're still here prioritizing books. So I personally see this as a movement, right? Like,
Yes.
why would you tell someone shouldn't miss this upcoming workshop at all?
Don't miss it, because if you are that woman that has been really holding the weight, if you've been going through a lot, if you maybe have gotten to the other side of something and you're not sure what to do next, because you want to take what you've gone through or what you've learned and create a message from your mess, then this is going to be the workshop for you. There are going to be some wonderful keynote speakers, some wonderful interviews, a few exercises in there that are really going to start you to recognize how you can harness pain and turn it into power, and how you can take those wounds and turn it into wisdom, how you can take that mess and make it into a message. So don't miss it, because you are going to want to have that shift in your life. You're going to want to harness the energy of the beautiful collective of women, not just one, not just two, not just three, a whole community of women that's ready to pour into you and really give you the lifeline that you need for your next chapter. Your comeback is waiting for you, baby.
Ooh, I love that. I love the word comeback so much now, more than ever.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Kat, for sharing your hearts, your story, and I know there's more to come. And thank you all for joining tonight. And I also want to say that anybody listening to the live or later, please mark your calendars. We'll be here every Monday at the same time, leading up to all the way up to October 13. Please come join us, feel the energy, and rise with us. We're just getting started. And don't go anywhere. Stay right here on Official Podcast Babes, because up next we have another podcast babe. We'll be joining with a snippet of another powerful story that's coming your way tonight. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Love you guys. That was so much fun. I'll see you guys in a few minutes. So go grab a snack and come on back.
All right. Thank you so much, all. Thank you, Kat.
Bye, everybody.
Okay. Bye-bye.